Hello, ladies. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to today's show. Today's show, it's going to be all about sharing with you, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are here, the three things that are holding back women with hypothyroidism from healing their bodies naturally. So if you're watching right now, send me a hello. Let me know who's here so that I can say hi back and know who is watching this. So welcome to the show. If you're watching this show as a replay, welcome. Nice to have you here. Thank you for tuning in. I'm seeing so many. Thank you for that heart. Who was that heart? Let me see. I can't see. I don't know. Okay, I guess by the way, if you guys are in the mood to send hearts along the way. Show me some love. And as we continue this conversation, I'm seeing a lot of, thank you for that heart. I'm seeing so many women struggling, like ladies, struggling to really heal from this very chronic, debilitating disease, right? As hypothyroidism is. And I find that one of the biggest reasons is because of these things, right? These three things that we're going to talk about. Either they are not doing it, or they're just not even aware of these three things that are happening. And so this is why I want to have this conversation with you ladies today, because it's so important, because it's so many women struggling. Over 20 million Americans are suffering from some thyroid condition. And that's very low in my opinion, because I know there's tons, over 60% of people who have this and who have no idea that they have it. They just know that they don't feel well. So, I mean, this is a big conversation in America, but in the world as well. And it's not excluded to men, because men also suffer from this, but you know, more women are more susceptible to this than men. And so it's important to have this conversation, and that's why I want to be able to shed some light here today, okay? For those of you that don't know me, my name is Maria Tobelin, and I'm known as the Holistic Thyroid and Health Transformation Expert. I've literally dedicated my entire career in healing hypothyroidism, and that's about 13 years now. 13 years talking about hypothyroidism, seeing all these women and taking them to the different path. And just like you, I know what it is to have hypothyroidism, right? I know what it is to suffer from debilitating symptoms, the chronic, all of the symptoms that hypothyroid shows up as. I understand what they are. I have felt them in my own bones and flesh. In my mind too, right? I have felt them. And so what happens is that all the debilitating chronic diseases of hypothyroidism, you know, the migraines, the exhaustion, like you're like sleeping your life away, or you're pushing your life. I understand the exhaustion. I understand the fluctuations in weight. I understand the sensation of cold and sensitivity to temperature changes, the depression, the anxiety, the digestive problems that come into that, right? The brain fog, the forgetfulness, and on and on and on. I experienced all that. The hair loss. Oh my God, how can I forget about the hair loss? All of that, I understand what it is. I have felt it. So I'm just like you. Yes, I've been practicing and I've been helping women heal from hypothyroidism for 13 years. But I've also experienced these symptoms myself. And it took a long time for me to understand what was happening to me and what was going on. This all started for me when I was a teenager, in my teens. And it wasn't until I got to 30 that I didn't understand it with full clarity what happened. But by then, thank God, I was equipped to be able to do what I needed to do. And I've been able to reverse my symptoms. I've been able to reverse my condition. I've been able to heal my body, really, because at the end of the day, that's the conversation. I've been able to heal my body successfully with the things that I'm going to share with you. And in weeks, okay, the moment I realized what was happening, it was a fast healing. And I want that for you, because the last thing we want is more women not being themselves or not being the best that they can be. And that's why I'm here, right? Because we need to shed some light into this conversation, because there's way too many women struggling to heal their hypothyroidism. So if you've been struggling and are frustrated and just not getting answers from your doctors, if you are confused and overwhelmed because you realize that your doctors are not helping you, so now you're Googling your life away and you're confused, if you are experiencing all that and you're still having horrible symptoms, debilitating symptoms, and you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, then this is the right show for you. Stick around. Welcome to the show, because you are in the right place, my love. Oh, I have 6 hearts. Thank you. Thank you. So tell me who's watching me right now so I can be able to be the enlightened woman that I am and say hello and be able to know who's watching. But actually, before we go on, what I want to do is to remind you to put like and turn on the notifications for these shows, because every time that I go live, you're going to be notified if you have that on. If you don't, then you're not going to know. So if this is conversation that's valuable to you and you want to stick around and continue the conversation, make sure that you press like, that you put like, and that you turn on the notifications for future lives that I'll be doing for you ladies, okay? So let's get to the content of this, right? Like, what are those 3 things that are really holding women back who have hypothyroidism, that are really not allowing them to heal their bodies naturally? Well, the first one is the fact that if you are in that scenario, the first thing that I start on seeing as a big picture, right, is that most likely you do not know what is causing your symptoms. If you're still having symptoms that are debilitating, if you're still exhausted, if you have 0 energy, you're in the couch, you are not moving around, you are not doing the things that you want to do, if you're in pain, if you have body aches, if you have hair loss, if you have digestive issues, if you have sensitivity to cold, if you have brain fog, if you have all of that, you don't know what is the root cause of your of that state. So what that means is that the first thing is that you don't know what is causing your body to be in that state, right? And the reason it happens is because when one of the first people that you're going to reach for help are going to be conventional doctors, generalists, or endocrinologists. And the reality is that they mean well, by the way. They want to help you. But they're not trained for chronic diseases, okay? They're not trained to really dig into something that is chronic. And what happens is that when you go see them, they're not running the specific laboratories that are going to open up the horizons of objective information that is going to open up a lot of answers for you. And so what happens is that you're not doing enough research, enough investigation. And I'm not saying research and Googling. Please don't Google. I'm talking about investigation cellularly with objective information, laboratory tests, to understand you deeper on what's happening. And why? Because most of them just think that TSH is the marker to test. TSH, they want to test it, and that's it. And they send you to do TSH, and then they have that, and based on that alone, they give you an answer. Oh, you have hypothyroidism? Here's this. Oh, you don't have anything? Go home. Take a relaxant or a antidepressant, relax. Just go home and relax, right? Are any of you guys watching right now, can you relate to that? Has this happened to you? Because it certainly happened to me when I went to all that stuff. I just went a little bit more prepared because I was already in the field of holistic medicine. But I had very similar answers that most of you probably are getting. And so what's happening is like they're running very basic testings. And because they're running basic testings, they're not able to see the whole cellular picture of what is happening to your body. And then 2, they're not looking at you as a whole. So they're not looking at your body as a whole. And what I mean by that is this. You have symptoms. That's a form of information. That gives you information about what is happening, what is the root cause. But you also have functional testings that are crucial for you to understand deeper what's happening cellularly. That's another form of information that's objective. But third, there's your story. Your story says a lot about what has happened. And if you don't combine your story, your symptoms, and objective information that is accurate and specific to you, then you're not going to be able to understand your case. And you're not going to understand what on earth is creating that. And you're not going to be efficient in really putting a roadmap to go there so that you can fix it faster than not. That's what's happening, and that's what's holding women back, because they're not doing this work. They're not doing that work, and because they're taking years to even uncover something. Once they have a diagnosis, then it takes them years, 5, 10, 15, 20, you name it, long years. All the clients that reach to me, this is the common. 15 years, 10 years, 20 years. They've been battling and suffering for all this time. And it's because they're missing that. They're not doing that first part. Do you guys get that? Can you guys send me some hearts? Are you guys with me? Has this happened to you? Do you feel this is where you are right now? So 2, the second thing that is holding women back from really solving their hypothyroidism is that they're most likely taking a thyroid support protocol for supplements. Yes, I'm going to say this. I know it sounds odd, right? Like, oh, but I'm taking a thyroid support supplement protocol. It should be getting better. It should be helping me. No, it's not. And let me tell you why. Again, it's not your fault, because this is what you're exposed to, but this is important for you to be conscious of, because so that you don't go that route, so that you don't go in the wrong direction. After you finish the visits with the doctors that you understand they're not going to help you, now you start Googling. And what's happening when you're Googling, now you're getting all this information and things are popping up like this. Thyroid supplement protocols, supplements for thyroid support, supplements to heal your thyroid, supplements, blah, 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 blah. And then they give you this generalization of, because every single person with hypothyroidism online is being told, you need zinc, selenium, magnesium, iodine, multivitamin, and fish oil. And so what happens is, in your desire to get better, you go and purchase these things, and you start taking all of these things. But what's happening to that is that, 1, there is no such thing as a thyroid supplement protocol, because you're not treating hypothyroidism. You want to understand and heal you. Who are you? Valerie, Maria, Christian, Fabiana, Evelyn, whoever you are, the question is, what happened to my body? What is going on with everything that makes me? It's not about healing hypothyroidism, because hypothyroidism is just a label in there, but you are an individual person, a unique creature, a unique special person that has a specific reason. So whenever you go into the avenue and the journey, if you want to call it, of putting yourself in a box of, oh, thyroid supplement protocol, thyroid this, thyroid that, then you're only going after thyroid, but you're missing the whole picture. Because it's not about that. It's about you. It's about your body. It's about your mind. It's about your feelings. It's about your everything. And then, not only that, you start taking all of this. It's money that you're paying, that it's not fixing, because you don't understand the root cause of your problem by doing that. You're actually making it even worse. And I'm going to try to explain it this way. When you go there, you're wasting time and you're wasting money, because you're getting yourself in that box, right? That's not specific to you. But 2, it creates a Band-Aid effect, to the point that you start maybe feeling better, but then you start adding more symptoms into your list that keeps you more frustrated. But you feel better in some areas because you're under the influence of supplements, and supplements can do that, right? They can make you feel like you're better when you're not better. Because when you get off these supplements, guess what happens? Boom, your symptoms come back. So what happens is, women, you perhaps, are like on a lifelong journey of supplements. And that means that you didn't understand your root cause. That means if I see a woman coming to me for help and I see them on years of supplements, then what that tells me is that they do not understand what the root cause of their condition is. And that's going to be taking you backwards. It's going to sabotage your healing process. Why? Because you're probably going to get to 60, 70% better, and then you're going to get stuck. Versus if you do it the right way from the beginning, you specialize, you specifically understand you, then you could take yourself from wherever you are right now all the way to 100% healing. 150, 200, you call it, you go there. But what happens is when you do it this way, you start putting a banded effect into like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to take this protocol. You may improve a little bit, but you will never be able to reach 100% and without supplements, you're going to always need them. And so what happens is that through this process is that you are managing symptoms. So way back in the past, medicine was all herbal, food and herbs. Somewhere in time, Western medicine, conventional medicine, modern medicine came through, and thank God, because they save lives, right? Like modern medicine, the technology that there is today, they save lives, and I'm all for it. I always tell my husband, hey, listen, if a truck runs over me, please do not try to do anything naturally. Take me to the ER. Take me there, because that's where I'm going to have the solution. However, for chronic diseases, that's a whole different conversation. But somewhere down the line, conventional medicine came, drugs, medications came along. And so people will say, I have a headache, and they will go to the doctor, and the doctor will give them a medication to relieve or take away the headache. Then all of a sudden, we started understanding all the side effects of medication and the intoxication, and that it wasn't fixing anything. It was just putting a Band-Aid on, right? So now we're going back to natural medicine, holistic medicine. I don't know why they call it alternative medicine, because at the end of the day, that was what it was from the beginning. Then we kind of switched it, and now we're going back to it. But that's a whole different conversation. So then we get there to holistic natural medicine, and now patients and even doctors are saying, okay, you have hypothyroid, here's a supplement for hypothyroid. Here's a supplement for your headache. Here's a supplement for your cold hands. Here's a supplement for your hair loss. Here's your supplement for your brain fog. Here's your supplement for your periods. Here's your supplement for the blah, 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 blah. And what you actually, and I know that patients love to ask this question. When I used to have my private practice, my physical private practice back in the days, I've been on this for 13 years. So when I started, I remember that when they would seek me, they would be like, okay, so I have hypothyroidism and I just want to know what supplement I can take. And I will always remember saying, no, that's the wrong mindset. People, ladies, what do you mean what's the supplement? I will always be like, I don't know. Let me get to know you. Let me get to know your story. Let me understand you cellularly. Let me understand your symptoms. Let me understand you. But psychologically and mindset-wise, people are wired to like, what's the supplement for the headaches? Like, what supplement can I take for my headache? I don't know. What supplement can I take for my digestive problems? I don't know. What supplements can I take for my weight? I want to lose weight. I don't know. Why? Because treating it that way to manage symptoms is no different than Western medicine giving you a medication to treat your symptoms. Of course, one is a supplement. It's healthier. Well, we can get into a whole different conversation about the quality of supplements and all that, but I'm not going to do that in this show. We could get long. But a medicine has more side effects that can be dangerous. But at the end of the day, it's the same allopathic way of treating things. Bandage, bandage, bandage. And when it gets very dangerous for women with hypothyroid, doing it this way, is that hypothyroidism has a bucket list of symptoms. A woman can literally have 15 symptoms, 25 symptoms, 35 symptoms. This is what's common, and what the women seeking me are this type of women. The women who are very sick, they're sick and tired of being sick and tired. They have an abundance of symptoms. And imagine if you had to treat that symptomatically with supplements. Imagine how many supplements these women are taking. Imagine. A lot. Because you can have 25 symptoms and you start doing it symptomatic. And you know what? It may sound absurd to you ladies, but this is what's happening out there in the real world when you are seeking help, when you are seeking for somebody to guide you and put you and reverse your symptoms, heal your body to be able to, so that you can be 100% healed. That's what you want. But through the process, you're going to find these things, and they're going to give you medication. They're going to offer you very, very basic testings to understand you. They're not going to understand you. They can care less about your story. They can care less. They're going to go put you in some huge supplement protocol. They're going to manage your symptoms with supplements. They're going to keep you in there forever. That is the wrong way. Delilah. Hi, Maria. You're amazing. You are amazing, my love. You are an amazing, enlightened woman. I love you so much. And you're doing amazing in your journey. Delilah is part of the Hypothyroid Solution, and I'm very proud of her. And so what happens is that you go on that way. Was this clear? Can you guys give me some feedback? I love to talk a lot, and sometimes I don't know if I made myself clear. So give me and tell me, please, if you understood this concept, and if you and also share with me, has this happened to you? Has this happened to you where you've been kind of like sabotaging your healing because you're bandaging yourself, your healing process? You're putting band-aids in your symptoms instead of going to the root of it and really doing the work. Like getting down and dirty, as I like to say, doing the work that is required. Because this is another thing, ladies, and I'm going to be honest with you. To heal hypothyroidism, a chronic debilitating disease, you gotta work. You gotta work. Oh my guys, it's not difficult. It is simple, but it requires effort, and you gotta do the work. Christine, they never look at the whole picture, and that's how you get misdiagnosed and put on meds that make you worse. Yes, my love. Hugs and kisses to you, Christine. Another enlightened woman here. Hi, you guys are out here. I love you. I love it. The other thing is that I want to talk about is that when it comes to supplements, I love supplements when it's used correctly. I love herbs. I love supplements when it's used in a strategic way to really accelerate the healing process on a science-based approach when you understand what's happening and then you take it to the next level. I love it that way. But I am not for the person to start giving all these stuff to manage symptoms and to keep them forever. I am not for that. And so when it comes to supplementations, ask yourself, are you using supplements in a strategic way to get you from point A to point B in a much faster way, like literally fast-paced healing? Are you doing it that way? Are you feeling that you are there? Or are you feeling that you're taking all of this and it's not getting better? Your symptoms are piling up? Or you feel slightly better, but you're still struggling and going through the day? Because if you feel that and you're doing that, then there's something wrong in there. There's something that needs to be changed. Okay, let's move on to the third component. So if you are still having symptoms and you haven't healed your hypothyroidism, the third reason is because you are most likely on a thyroid diet. Yes, the same thing goes. Again, people are being put in boxes like thyroid diet, thyroid supplement, TSH. No, there is no such thing as a thyroid diet. There's a Christine nutritional plan. There's a Delilah nutritional plan. There's a Jocelyn. Jocelyn, I haven't seen you in years. So remember, ladies, that I told you I've been practicing for 13 years. Jocelyn was one of my first patients ever, long time ago. Sending you hugs and kisses, Jocelyn. That's so cool. And so what happens is that there's no such thing as a thyroid diet. So what is the nutritional plan that it is adequate for your body, Delilah, for your body, Christine, for your body, Maria, for your body, fill in the blank? What is that? Because if you start going into the thyroid diet phenomenon, oh my God, you're going to get so discouraged, so overwhelmed, so frustrated, and it's going to take you years. Hear the echo? Years before you get better. Why? Because again, what's the suggestion of thyroid diets? You need to be of dairy, you need to be of grains, legumes. I mean, the list goes on. And not only that, now there's the ketogenic diet, now there's the AIP, the paleo, all these things, right? All these diets that are coming along that support hypothyroidism, like meaning if you have hypothyroidism, you've probably already heard of paleo, AIP, of vegan, of ketogenic. You know, honestly, I can't keep up with the diet. I don't even know what's out there anymore. Because what's happening is that they put everybody who is following the ketogenic diet should eat this. Everybody who's vegan, this is the way it is. And what happens is that they start omitting, taking away foods that are nutritious for the right person. And so you can't say that everybody should be vegan. Why? No, you can't say that everybody should be in the ketogenic diet. You can't say that you're going to be in the AIP diet for life. That's like, it's going to get you malnourished. It's going to get you, your head's going to spin around because you're not going to know how to be social anymore, because what happens is you go to the real world, they're not having that. And so what happens is you start restricting yourself so much that it becomes so overwhelming. It becomes, whoops, can you see me? The thing, the computer just went blank. So it starts becoming very overwhelming, but it also starts becoming very tedious and a lot of work to keep up with this, when in reality, you don't know if it's the rice that's good for you or bad for you, if it's the meat or things like that. Again, every time when I think of nutrition for individually for that person, I always ask, what is it for you? Why is it that there's got to be this omitting this and of a specific food group for everybody? Most of the people who go vegan, by the way, for my experience, are people who are having digestive problems when they expose themselves to meat. But going vegan because of that is not enough. It's not a good enough reason, because what's saying to you is that you have a digestive problem that you have to fix so that you can go and receive the nutritious nutrients that come from animal protein. Animal protein is a complete source of amino acids. Amino acids, you need them. You need them to be able to function properly. Not only that, meat has the same heme molecule that our own blood, hemoglobin, has. So, I mean, literally, you eat the meat and it goes straight to your blood. You don't have to convert it. You don't have to do anything, because it's the same molecule that oxygenates us, that carries our hormones, that carry heat in our bodies, that carry nutrients. It is very important. And so to omit it because everybody should be vegan, I don't think so. Same thing with ketogenic. It's such a high fat diet and you gotta restrict a lot the carbohydrates. Well, it's not for everybody. I have a patient who wanted to lose weight and she went on a ketogenic diet. She lost a lot of weight. But what happened with that is that she started having miscarriages. She wanted to conceive and she started having miscarriages. And when I looked into her biochemistry and all of that, I said to her, what are you eating? Because your entire thyroid markers look off, meaning there's a hormonal chaos right now happening. And she says to me, oh, I've been on a ketogenic diet for 6 months and it's worked wonderful for me because I lost the weight. But now you can't maintain a pregnancy. Is that good for you? No, it's not good for you. You know why? Because this person in particularly had a very sluggish liver and gallbladder. She was susceptible to gallstones. And when you have a sluggish gallbladder, you cannot afford to be eating a huge diet of fat, which is mainly ketogenic. And so what happened was that when she introduced this high fat content diet into her slow working gallbladder and liver, it just made hormone chaos. And when it made hormone chaos, now the boom effect was on her thyroid and her ability to function hormonally from that affected her conception with her baby. Now she was able to conceive, but she wasn't able to maintain it. And when I got to discover all of this and I helped her out, and I said, no, this ketogenic got to stop right now. The good news is that she was able to conceive and she is pregnant right now. Woohoo! God is good. But again, we go back to that. It is always specialized specifically for you. What is your diet? And I don't even like the word diet. What is the nutritional plan for you so that you can savor your food, so that you can enjoy food? One of the other things that I always get from women with hypothyroid, can you give me something, a supplement, so that I can lose my appetite? Why would you want to lose your appetite? Food is life. Food is nutrients. You want to eat. You want to eat the good thing that is good for you abundantly so that you can have nutrition, strength, energy, vitality. Do you guys see how this is all like goes and goes? The vicious cycle continues. And when that mindset is set to that way of doing, then it's no wonder why so many women are struggling with hypothyroidism and the inability to really heal their bodies. The inability, I should say, to heal their bodies from this. You got to personalize it. You got to do it this way, because when you do it that way, you experience life. When you're able to know your root cause at the root, when you're able to understand what strategic supplement you're going to need to accelerate your healing process, what is it that the nutritional plan that is right for you so that you can accelerate your healing process, what is all of that? When you understand that and you're living it and you're doing it, then you're energized, you're full of joy, you're full of freedom, you're doing what you want to do with who you want to do, you are challenging yourself, you are very proactive, you are confident. Confidence is a big factor for women with hypothyroidism. You lose it all. A woman that is not confident, it is an issue in this world. And it doesn't have to be that way. Hypothyroidism puts women in that state. It puts you in a depressed, antsy mode. You have no control of your emotions. So your confidence is on the floor. And it doesn't have to be that way, because you can put all of that away. You can get to the healing process, 100% healing, 150. Sky's the limit. You get to that. You are able to do what you want to do. Go on the adventures that you want to go with your family. Go on the business leap of faith that you want to go to. Go into whatever it is. That's what life looks like for a healthy woman who put hypothyroidism behind her. Now, is that what you want? Or are you want to keep managing supplements and like looking at the next blog for the next diet and like kind of like going to the next doctor's visit to find out what else is more for you? No, that's a waste of time. Don't do that to yourself. That's the wrong way of going about it. So let me read some of the things that you guys are chatting here with me. Our bodies are all unique and respond to foods differently. What works for me isn't necessarily working for you. Yes. Marixeline, hugs and kisses, my love. Thank you for being here. Hey, Abby, nice to see you. Nice to see you on this conversation. So everything that I'm telling you, ladies, here, this is exactly what I'm doing every single day with the women who in what I call the Hypothyroid Solution, right? That's what we're doing every day. Well, actually, no, we're doing that and much, much more. This is a small part of this process, because this is what it is. This is what gets you to go on this transformation journey where you are going from point A to point B, where you're really changing your health, you're changing your life, and you're really becoming the person that you ultimately want to become. That's what we do in the Hypothyroid Solution. And so if you are the woman that is still sick and tired of being sick and tired, if you're frustrated, if you are confused, you're overwhelmed, and you're just simply asking and wanting clarity to understand what is it that you have to do to get better. And I would say this with a big and you are committed to your health, you are committed to your results, you are committed to being that 100% healed person that you want, and you value your time. If you are that person, what I want to do, ladies, is that I want to extend an invitation, because I would love to have a conversation with you. I want to extend an invitation for you to book a call with me. It's a complimentary call, and it's a conversation that it's really going to get us really clear on what is it that is holding you, what is it that your dreams are, right? What are your goals? We want to get very clear, because clarity is everything, right? Get very clear on what are your goals. Understand the obstacles that are holding you back from reaching that goal that you're after. And then I'll give you the exact steps that you're going to need to be able to make that dream a reality. Like literally a reality. Not in 10 years, not in 15 years. It's like a reality faster than not. This will be the best 45 minutes that you will ever invest in your health this year. And I promise that. So if you identify yourself with that woman, then book a call with me. Let's have a conversation. Let's move on. Let's put all of that hypothyroidism story behind you and go and fulfill the dreams that you're after. I hope this live has been has brought you consciousness to the healing of hypothyroidism. I hope this is something that has brought you value, and I look forward to seeing you on the next live. Thank you so much for staying here. Mariceline, Christine, Abby, Jocelyn, Delilah, thank you, my loves. We will talk another time, and we're doing lives every week, but it will depend. So make sure that you are liking and switching on the notifications so that you know when I'm going live, so that we can continue this amazing conversation of how to heal hypothyroidism and really solve hypothyroidism forever. Hugs and kisses. Love you. Bye-bye.